Thank you so much for joining me today for this wonderful, nourishing, healing yoga practice. We're recording live with folks from the Breast Friends organization, and the link will be down below. My name is Christine, and I am going to give variations today, both from the mat and in a chair. But we're going to get started today sitting up nice and tall. So whether you're sitting on a blanket or a cushion or on a chair, go ahead and just find your sit bones sitting down, being supported. And by that, I mean maybe close your eyes if you feel comfortable with that. And just bring all of your awareness to the support underneath your seat. And here we're getting grounded. Another way we can get grounded is to spend time in nature, or with a plant in the room, or by a window where you have a view of some trees. Just feeling part of this whole inner working of nature. And feeling yourself really present and grounded in this moment. Our minds are time travelers. They live in the past and the future much more often than they live in the present. So I invite you to let go of anything that you might be ruminating over, plans or stories, and just invite yourself to be here. Just feeling yourself in this present moment, in this place. And then begin to notice the in and out of your breath. You might bring your attention to the end of your nose and just focus on the sensation of the breath coming in and out through your nostrils. You might notice a little tickling sensation. You might notice a little temperature change. But just notice any sensation. Maybe you don't feel much of anything at all, and that's okay too. And then notice where in your torso you're feeling your breath. You might notice it in the rise and fall of your shoulders. You might notice it down deeper towards your belly. And if you're breathing really high in the chest, that might be an indication that you're bringing a little stress to the mat with you today. When we are less stressed, when we're more calm, we have deeper belly breaths. So just bring your left hand to your heart and feel the quality of your breath as your chest rises and falls. And then bring your right hand to your belly and see if you can encourage your breath to just fill your belly first as you inhale. And then lift your heart. And then notice the gentle dropping downward of your heart and the drawing inward of your belly as you exhale. And just feel your breath rise and fall into your hands, kind of imagining it's like the swell of an ocean wave. And we are made up of mostly water and salt. So we are part of the ocean, part of nature too. I should say salt water. We're not mostly made of salt, mostly water though. But be with your breath, be with your sensations. And if you notice your mind start to run off with you, making plans for lunch or the weekend, or thinking about a conversation you had yesterday, Just notice that and gently bring your attention back to your breath, back to the sensation of being supported by whatever you're sitting on today. And maybe even back to the sensation of the air flowing in and out of your nostrils, whatever helps you to feel more present in this moment. With your next inhale, go ahead and release your hands from your body and spread your arms out wide. And the hands might be low, the hands might be up at shoulder level, whatever's comfortable for you. And then as you exhale, wrap your arms around yourself, right arm on top of left, and kind of inch your fingers back behind your shoulders. Draw your base of your skull up towards the sky a little bit, tucking your chin, and see if you can draw your shoulders down away from your ears. Just kind of holding yourself here, giving yourself a little gentle hug while also opening up behind the shoulder blades. Another big breath right there, feeling that rise and fall of the belly, and then the heart, and then the softening of both as you exhale. We'll use the next inhale to open the arms up wide once again. Exhale, left arm on top this time. Walk those fingers around as much as feels good to you. Let the shoulders relax away from your ears and tuck your chin gently, sitting up nice and tall. Bring your attention back to that rise and fall of the breath, noticing where it expands in your body as you inhale. And maybe inviting something else to soften and relax as you exhale. Let's take another nice, rich breath here. Stay for the exhale. And then we'll inhale to open the arms up wide again. And then if you're sitting cross-legged on the floor, bring the fingertips behind you, lean back just enough to switch the cross of the legs. Just going to bring a little bit of balance to the body, a little bit of balance to those hips. And then as much as it feels nice to you, let's inhale and raise the arms up towards the sky. And again, that might not be very high, or maybe it's all the way up in a nice strong V. And then we'll exhale to have a gentle twist over towards the right. Let's inhale together back to center, arms lifted as high as feels good to you. And then we'll exhale to twist over towards the left. Let's do that again a couple of times, and you don't need to push or pull in that twist. The arms can just land wherever makes sense for your anatomy. Moving with your breath. The next time we bring ourselves over to twist to the right, let's hang out here for a minute. And tuck your chin down towards your heart. Get long through the back of your neck, even as you draw the shoulder blades down away from the ears, so you're getting a nice big stretch across the back of the neck, looking down towards your right thigh. This might be a nice place to say, drawing that right shoulder back and down. Or you could lift your chin level to the earth and maybe turn to gaze back over your right shoulder, any amount. Wherever you are, open your eyes and look up towards the top right corner of your eyes. So you're getting a nice little stretch in the eyes, which is particularly good if you're on devices a lot during the day. And then take your gaze down towards the lower right-hand corner of your eyes. Again, not stressing or straining, just looking. And then we'll inhale all the way back through center. Exhale, let's twist over to the left and hang out here for a bit. Just finding a comfortable place for your hands to land. Maybe your left hand is behind you or anchored to a chair. And we'll take the gaze down towards the left thigh. Draw the shoulder blades down and back, lifting the heart gently and stretching along the back of the neck. And it might feel nice to stay right here, or you could lift the chin up towards level once again and turn to gaze back over your left shoulder as much as feels okay in your neck. Get tall as you inhale. Soften and relax as you exhale. And then we'll take the we'll turn the eyes up towards the upper left-hand corner of the gaze. Looking up towards the wall behind you, or I have some nice little fake foliage I can look at here. And then take your gaze down to the lower left-hand corner, giving your eye muscles a little bit of a change, a little rest. Use your next inhale to come back to center. Exhale, bring your hands together over your head and down all the way to your heart. And let's just be here for just a moment here, again, kind of drawing the base of the skull up towards the sky. Let's press the hands together, kind of take those elbows out wide. Stay for a full breath here. Inhale and exhale. And as you inhale again, we're going to turn the palms so that the right hand is in front and the left hand is behind, and hook the fingers together, kind of gently pulling and lifting the heart. Press the palms together again as you exhale. And then we'll inhale, bring the right hand behind, lifting the heart and gentle pulling here. We'll just keep alternating, exhaling to press the palms together, inhaling to draw the elbows away, lifting the heart. And you can press as firmly as feels good to you here, or keep it very soft and gentle. No need to strain. Just moving with your breath. And this is a little brain exercise here too. We're strengthening up the synapses in our brain, and we're doing something a little bit different than we usually do throughout our day. One more time with the right hand in the front. Last time with the right hand in the back. We'll press the palms together as we exhale, and then we'll come into tabletop. So if you are practicing on a mat, we're just going to square up the body, wrists over or wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Get nice and long in the spine again. If you're practicing from a chair, we're going to be doing some hip rolls and some ankle circles down on the floor. So when I ask you to do those hip circles from your chair, you'll just lift your leg as much as feels nice and take your circles from there. So again, we're going to get long in the spine, whether you are sitting in a chair or down in tabletop position. And you might just kind of draw the base of the skull away from your tailbone. Draw the tailbone back and away from the base of your skull. And then let's inhale to lengthen the right leg back, pressing into the toes. If you're seated in a chair, you could lift up onto your toes and then press back with your heel. You might rock back and forth a little bit here, stretching out the back of the calf. And then you could stay right here, or maybe you lift your right leg parallel to the earth.
If you're sitting in a chair, you could lift your leg any amount. We're just going to circle the right ankle in one direction a few times and then the opposite direction. And try to keep your hips facing forward towards the earth so that if you had a teacup on your back, it wouldn't spill. And then we'll bend the right knee and make some hip circles here. 2 or 3 or 4 times in one direction. And then reverse the circles, evening things out. And then we'll simply set that right knee down. Let's extend the left leg out long, pressing back through the left heel. Again, if you're seated in a chair here, you might come up onto your toes and then flex the foot to press out and stretch through the calf there. You might rock back and forth a little bit. And then either staying here or lifting that leg up to the sky. And you might want to keep the top of the right foot down, or you might want to tuck those toes under, whatever helps you to feel more stable here. And point those left toes down towards the earth so that your hips are nice and square to your mat. Nice strong spine here. And then we'll rotate that ankle in one direction. And then the opposite direction, always finding balance in our practice. And then we'll bend the left knee and make a few circles in each direction here. Again, keep your spine nice and long. Keep your chin tucked gently so the neck is a long extension of the spine. And then we'll let that left knee come down to the earth. And we'll sit back on our heels. So if you're sitting on a chair, you're just sitting in your chair. If this is too much for your knees, you could bring a blanket underneath your seat here. Or if you have a yoga block or a Harry Potter book or something like that, you could sit on it here. That will take some of the tension out of the knee. Once you get wherever you are comfortable, we're going to bring the palms to the tops of the thighs. We're going to find some cat-cow postures in that spine. So I guess I'll turn sideways so you can see better. We're just anchoring the hands to the body. And as you inhale, arch your back, lift your heart, and lift your gaze up towards the sky as much as feels good to you. And as you exhale, we're going to tuck the chin, round the back body, draw the belly button towards the spine, and find a cat back here. And then we'll find our cow back on the inhale, lifting the heart, arching the back as much as feels nice. And then exhale, belly button towards the spine, chin down towards the heart. You might stay here with your palms grounded on your thighs as you move with your breath. Or you might begin to use your arms a little bit here. So as you next exhale and to cat, you might lift your hands and reach your fingertips forward, giving them a little wiggle. And as you inhale into cow, maybe you spread your arms out open wide and draw the shoulder blades back towards one another. Keep moving with your breath, and maybe you find something a little different than what I'm doing that you think would feel a little bit better in your body. So go ahead and use your own inner wisdom, your own intuition for what your body needs today. It might feel nice to inhale in cow and open up to cactus arms. And then exhale, cat, drawing the forearms towards one another. Inhale to open up. Exhale, round forward. Whatever variation is best for your body today, we're going to find 3 more rounds here. And as you do, really think about every single vertebra in your spine getting some attention from you. Every single one being seen and felt.
and maybe in some cases being heard. One more time, wherever you are. We'll find a last cat back. We'll bring the hands back, grounded to the body. And then we'll inhale back to a nice, strong spine. Just take a moment to feel your energy flowing within you, to feel your body's vitality and strength, to feel your breath and maybe your heart. Maybe you're a little warmer than at the beginning of our practice. Just noticing how you're feeling in your body today. And then let's go ahead and extend the legs out in front of us. If you're in a seat, your legs will stay bent for just a moment, and you'll just, actually, if you can, come to the edge of the seat and extend the legs. Let me see how that actually works. Yeah, as long as you have a nice safe seat here, you can extend both legs from your chair. I always say, hopefully it's not one of those office chairs with wheels on the bottom. That would not be cool. I don't think anybody would benefit from that. But we're gonna find this nice tall spine here. And if you're finding that you're rounding in the low back, it could be beneficial to sit up on a blanket so that we kind of want the hips tilting forward a little bit. Point your toes up towards the sky. Find that integrity in your spine again, relaxing your shoulders away from your ears, and maybe walk your hands out on either side of your body to support you here. Reconnect to your breath, feeling the rise and fall of that wave in the body, or perhaps the sensation in the nostrils. And then let's inhale to raise the arms up as high as feels good. Exhale, lift your heart away from your pelvis and towards your feet. So we're leading with the heart here. One more inhale with the arms out long. And then let's exhale to bring the hands down to rest either on your legs or on your mat, whatever feels good to you. We want to keep the spine nice and long here, so maybe the forward fold isn't very deep. And maybe your knees are a little bent here. That's okay too. Just notice where you feel the sensation, maybe the low back, the back of the knees or the hamstrings. And then inhale again, scoop your heart forward, come back to a tall spine. And then we're gonna hug the right knee in towards the heart. You might interlace your fingers around the front of the shin. If you're in a seat, the left leg is extended and the right foot is just underneath the right knee, sitting tall in your chair. If you want a little more, you could cross your right ankle over the left knee to get a bit deeper into your twist. Inhale right here, find your tall spine again. We don't want to round back. Exhale to hug your leg in towards your heart as much as feels good here. And here the thigh is kind of compressing the ascending colon. So this is really good for our digestion here too, as we stimulate that process. Use your next inhale to raise your arms up as high as feels good to you. And then exhale, we're going to find another little twist. Maybe you wrap your left arm around your right knee. Maybe you bring your left forearm to the top of the right knee. And turn to look past your right shoulder once again. And this time, instead of looking at the top right corner, let's look at the top left corner. So we're turning our face to the right, but we're looking up towards the left. Another way we can exercise our brains, and then we'll look down to that lower left-hand corner. And then we'll look back over the right shoulder again. One more inhale right here. And as you exhale, we're just gonna turn to get a little counter twist. So bring your fingertips down to the earth on the left-hand side. And this time, let your back body round, let your chin come in towards your chest. Let your shoulders be soft. And then we'll inhale, come back to that tall spine again, and then we'll switch sides. So hug that left knee in towards your heart. This time we're making contact on the side of the body where the descending colon is. So we're stimulating that system once again for healthy elimination. Twists are really good for digestion and elimination. So just think about that and think about how you're supporting all your body's processes today. Maybe you cross that left leg over the right leg. We'll inhale to reach the arms up as much as feels good. Exhale, twist left, either wrapping the right arm around the left leg or bringing the right forearm to the top of the left leg. Rolling your left shoulder back and down. You can use your fingertips or your palm to support you like a little kickstand here behind your back. And I should have mentioned, if being on your wrist like this is painful or uncomfortable, you can always come to your fist. Whatever feels comfortable to you. Gaze back over that left shoulder and then look up to the right top left corner or top right hand corner. And then look to the bottom right hand corner. Turn to gaze back over the left shoulder. Inhale one more time here. And then we'll exhale, reach those arms out and around and down to the floor next to your right hip. Bow your chin towards your chest. Let your shoulders be heavy. Little bit of a counter twist here today. And then we'll inhale, come back to center, stretch both legs out long again, give them a little shimmy shake, maybe windshield wiper your feet from side to side. And then we'll come on down to our backs. If you're in a chair, stay in your chair. Once we all get to where we're going, we will all lift that left leg and bring the left ankle to the top of the right thigh. So if this is uncomfortable for you, you can cross the left leg over the right thigh, or maybe even cross the left ankle over the right ankle. So lots of options there. This is a figure 4 stretch. And you might bring your left hand to your left thigh and maybe press gently into the left thigh to open up the hip. This might be a good place to stay, especially if you're in a chair. If you're on the ground and you have a little more space, you could lift your right foot and thread your left arm in between the space in between the thighs, kind of threading the needle, as it were, here. And we'll hug the right knee in as much as feels good. Flex your feet if this is hard on the knees to increase the support of the ligaments and tendons around the knee. Maybe you shift your foot over to the right any amount. Couple breaths right there. And then we will just unravel everything and switch sides. Bring your right ankle to the top of the left thigh. Maybe gently massage that inner right thigh. Again, staying with that right ankle crossed over the left ankle, or knees crossed, or in the figure 4 stretch, you can stay there. Or pick up that left foot, interlace your fingers behind the right thigh. And just for giggles, let's switch up the interlace. Bring your non-dominant thumb on top. Again, doing a little brain exercise there, building synapses, strengthening.
Flexing the feet to protect your knees and maybe shifting that right foot over towards the left any amount to get a little deeper into that right hip. Couple breaths right here. Notice your breath. Maybe come back to your wave. When you're ready, unravel your legs. Maybe give your knees a little hug. Maybe lift your nose towards your knees. Realign your hips and your spine and your neck. If you're whether you're in a chair or on the floor, we're going to cup the hands over the knees here. Inhale, let those arms straighten out. Let the feet come away from the body. Stay here if you're seated. If you're on the floor, you could use your exhale to bend the elbows and draw the knees in towards the heart. Just kind of moving back and forth here with your breath, massaging the low back alongside your sacrum. One more round here. And then bring one foot and then the other down to your mat. It might be nice to keep the knees bent if you have low back issues, and just kind of walk the feet out wide and let the knees support one another at center here. If the low back's okay with it, you could stretch both legs out nice and long. Open up your arms, snuggle your shoulders in towards one another, tuck your chin to make your neck nice and long. If you're seated in a chair, make sure that your back is fully supported. And we're just going to relax and soften the body with our last few final breaths together. Do a little internal scan of your body, maybe with your eyes closed if that feels okay. And just notice any places that feel tight or tense. And invite them to soften. Relax your jaw, forehead, let your arms and legs. Your hips be heavy, and invite your belly to be soft. Let's just take a few breaths here, watching the rise and the fall of your breath from your mind's eye. Feeling the expansion and the lifting of your body as you inhale. And the softness and the relaxation as you exhale. Just a few more breaths here. This can often be the hardest posture in yoga because we're all so geared up to go, go, go and do, do, do. It can be especially hard to be. Keep your thoughts on your experience in the present moment. And as you're ready, begin to wiggle your toes and your fingers. Rotate your wrists and your ankles in one direction and then the other. And if it feels okay, stretch your arms out overhead and take a nice, good morning stretch, wiggling toes and fingers and drawing them as far away from each other as you can. And then we'll bend the knees, bringing the soles of the feet to the earth, and all together, whether you're in a mat or a chair, we're gonna windshield wiper the knees to get from side to side. And while you're on the mat, we'll just roll over to your favorite side, press yourself up to a tall seat. If you want to finish in hero's pose, sitting on your heels or cross-legged, you can, but I like to finish in Dandasana, staff pose, with the legs extended and the hips nice and balanced and pointing those toes up towards the sky once again. We'll find that integrity in the spine, the lifted heart, the relaxed shoulders, the tucked chin. Feel your body, feel your spine long and strong and beautiful, supporting everything else that's attached to it. We're gonna all bring our hands together at our hearts once again, and if you like, you can inhale to lift them up towards the sky, and then bring them together, and exhale to draw them right down to meet your heart. If it feels okay for you, bow your chin down towards your chest in respect and reverence and love for yourself, in respect and reverence and compassion for those with whom you've shared your practice today, and in respect and reverence, love and compassion for everyone else you meet along the way. Namaste.